Hi everybody, Enid and Taylor here. We're gonna do another knitting video for you. And in this one, I'm gonna teach you how to cast on. So if you watched the other video I did, which was just on how to, how to do a basic knit stitch, then I showed you how to do the knitting, and I talked about these loops up here, these stitches, right? Yeah. But you may have wondered, but where did those stitches come from? How did you get those loops on there? And that is something that you need to know to start a whole project from scratch. So the very first thing that you're going to do when you start your own project, Enid is not happy right now, is casting on. So putting these stitches on is called casting on. What? So that's what I'm going to show you how to do right now. As soon as I can get Enid to calm down a little bit. Can you calm down a little bit? Do you think you can calm down a little bit? That's nice. That's better. That's a sweet gal. Yeah. Enid has a little tooth coming in down here, and it's very exciting, but I think it might be bothering her a little bit. And also, she's learning how to crawl, so she doesn't like to be too cooped up because she wants to crawl all over the place and try to get into everything. But, you know, we gotta keep her safe, so. Okay. Mwah. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put her over here. Enid. And then I'm going to put the camera down. There we go. Okay. And now I'm going to show you how to cast on. All right. So the first thing you're going to do is take your yarn, fold it over a little bit like this, and you want to make a knot in it. There's a name for this kind of knot, but I don't remember what it is. So whatever you want to call it. So I'm gonna go around my finger with it and underneath, and then I'm gonna pull it to make it tight. And it kind of depends on what size needles you're using as to how small you want your loop to be. So I'm using these needles. These are an 8, and they're pretty small. So I don't want it to be a huge loop. That's about a good size, like this, for the size of needles that I'm using. If I were using bigger needles like these are an 11, then I would be using bigger yarn, and I would probably want a bigger loop, because you want to have some room here. And I'll show you why in just a minute. All right, so I've got my loop. I'm right-handed, so I'm gonna put the needle that has the loop on it in my left hand, like this, and have the empty needle in my right hand. And I'm going to, if you have done any knitting yet, then this will be a little bit easier for you because it's almost exactly the same as a knit stitch. But even if you haven't, that's fine, you'll figure it out. Just it takes a little practice. So I'm going to go in. I'm going to go in and under. So I'm not going over. I'm not going like this. I'm going under. And I'm going to hold. So this is where your hands just have to get used to this. I'm holding my needles with 2 hands. And I'm going to get I got to get this tail out of my way because it's kind of easy to mix these up in the beginning. So make sure I have the yarn that's connected to my ball. And I'm gonna go around. So I'm not going around both of them. I'm just going around the bottom one. I'm going around, I'm pulling through. Oops. See, even I mess up, and I've been doing this for a long time. In, around, pull through, and then I'm gonna twist it and put it back on. Okay? So now I have, and I want that to be pretty loose. I don't want it to be real tight like this, because then you won't be able to get in to that stitch very easily. So I want it to be kind of loose. So I'm gonna go, now I'm gonna do another stitch, and I'm going between, okay? So I've got 2 stitches. I'm putting my needle between them. And I'm going around, through, I'm gonna twist and put it back on. And then I'm gonna tighten it a little bit, okay? And I kinda wanna make sure they're all about the same looseness. So I'm going in, around, through, twist, on. In, around, through, twist, on, pull. I guess I could add an extra step there. Pull is the last step. In, around, through, twist, pull. In, around, through, twist, pull. In, around, through, twist, pull. Okay? And then, let me do another one slowly here. In, okay, and I'm holding my 2 needles with my one hand, going around, and I'm gonna, just like with the knitting, I'm gonna kind of keep this tight, try to keep this tight, holding it with these 2 fingers, through, and I'm still holding that yarn, trying to keep it kind of tight. You don't want it to get loose. Twist, on, pull. In, around, through, twist, on, pull. I think I just added another step there, didn't I? I said on this time. Maybe I didn't say that before. So like I said before, it's easier for me when I have something to kind of repeat in my head over and over again. And it helps me make sure that I'm doing all the steps. In, around, through, twist, on, pull. In, around, through, twist, on, pull. So just like with the knitting, or anything that you do really, that you're learning for the first time, your hands will get used to this. And then once you've practiced it enough, you can do it with your eyes closed, maybe even. I don't know why you'd want to, but you could if you wanted to. Okay, so now I've made however many stitches this is. 15? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so I was off by 5. Close enough. 20 is a good place to start though. If you want to make like a nice thin scarf or something, 20 is usually a good place to start, or a pot holder or whatever. So yours should look kind of like this when, or not kind of, but actually like this. when you're done, have this nice row at the bottom like this, and you want it to kind of be mostly even, so that your you know, you have a kind of a nice even line here, and you have enough room to then get your needle in your stitches once you start knitting. So that's why you don't want it to be super tight. You want enough room to get that needle in there. All right, so that's how you cast on. And this is probably also a good time to tell you once you get started on the knitting, this is a little bit twisty, turny in the beginning. It can be like a little floppy. So you want to just kind of try to make sure that this isn't getting all funky like this. Just try to kind of pay attention to what it's doing and keep it straight, so that you don't actually get or accidentally get messed up when you're doing your knitting. All right. And now I've cast on and I've knitted a row. I can turn around, do it again, and just keep going with all my free time I have now. So I was going to have Enid say goodbye to you, but it looks like she's getting kind of sleepy now. Oh, and now she's crying. It's okay. She was getting tired. I had my helper helping me out with her. I know, you're so cranky. You're so cranky. Is it because you're tired? Okay, just do one more thing for me. All right, so Enid's gonna say goodbye now, and then she's gonna go to sleep. You say goodbye? Can you wave goodbye? No? Can you wave goodbye? Okay, well, happy knitting. I hope you enjoy your knitting, and Enid will be in a better mood next time. Right, Enid? Right, Enid? Mwah.